mood. Tips to cash in, story so grand. Reselling raiders, rulers of the land. Reselling raiders, treasure we chase. Hathouse fired up, coaching the race. Vintage hat shirts, golf gear supreme. Raiders of resale, living the dream. Tune in, hear the lore. Reselling raiders, always more.
Spirit fingers.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Reselling Raiders podcast, where we talk everything from eBay to whatnot. I'm Hathouse, joined by Coach Porch and Fired Up Finds. We have an emergency pod right now. We had to get one more emergency pod in. They do those emergency pods like if somebody gets hurt or some. I watch a lot of sports podcasts and sports YouTube. So this is our emergency style podcast where we just got to jump on here and make sure that we had one ready for y'all this week. I do want to shout out our international listeners. We have listeners from Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Istanbul, Turkey, New Delhi, India, and Japan. Sadly, we appreciate you guys, but sadly we have no China. You think we're like banned or blocked in China? You think we can't?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Dude, we haven't even said anything bad about China.
No,
Yeah, but
not at all.
they know the potential that we have here.
You think I should start?
Talking bad about China? I mean, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. They won't hear it anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean they don't listen.
I just don't think that it doesn't count. Like our viewership doesn't count on like WeChat and whatever else they use. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On
Uh,
WeTube.
Hey,
WeTube?
Yeah.
it could be using a VPN.
Hey, but
Yes.
Saudi Arabia, stand up, dude. You know what I
Yeah.
mean, dude? Those are our freaking boys, dude.
Yeah. New Delhi, India.
I
There
mean,
was-
India's not that surprising considering that they have like, a third of the world's population or something insane like that, a quarter
And,
of it. or
and
something
all
like
the
that.
rag houses in the world exist there.
Yeah, I mean that like they have so many people. So we won't say we will only say nice things about India.
Y'all make sure and sign up for the membership too, because we're still going to do a drawing at the end. I don't even know who has the giveaway, but we'll figure that out. We'll definitely do a drawing at the end for our 3 members. And I did also want to let everybody know that this is always ad-free on YouTube. And I don't have a fake sponsor this week. I got a real item that I want to show you guys. And it's kind of obscure. It's only $2. But if you're out there repairing hats and shirts and the like, and you have a patch that's falling off or whatever, I'm telling you, this is the one to get. Liquid
What is that?
Stitch. They make a lot of
Liquid
different
Stitch.
kinds of like fabric glue, but this is the one where it's at, I think, and it's like the cheapest one.
Nice. Nice.
I think some of the other ones that they make are almost kind of like hot glue almost in a tube, but this one it actually works the best for me. Have y'all ever used this?
Never.
This one?
No, but I am actually in need of some fabric glue.
I would recommend this one because
I'm looking on Amazon for it right now. There it is. Add to cart.
add to cart. I should.
Just did it. Boom.
I'll put a link in the video below if anybody needs this. It's only, how much is it on Amazon? This is $2 at Walmart.
Well, then I'm going to Walmart because this one on here is $10.
Well, you still got to pay for shipping. I mean, if you like walked in a Walmart, it's $2
Well,
or $1. Mary says it's only $1.
Mary, thank you. I'm saving $8 because of Mary.
Well, wait, that's kind of like that's kind of like maybe one of those little Amazon Bolo things where you could like go to Walmart and buy it for $1 and resell it on Amazon.
Oh,
for $8.
baby. There we go.
Well, I mean, the shipping's built in there too, and then after you pay, it may make $1 or $2.
Hey,
If you
look,
say
not
that-
everybody has a Walmart.
If you multiply
next door.
that by 1,000,
Yeah, if I can sell 1,000 liquid stitches.
And I think like just from the little videos, the couple that I've seen, you basically just buy a bunch of stuff, put it in a box, and ship it to Amazon, and then they do the rest.
Yes.
Right?
The pain comes if it doesn't sell, and then your stuff is just sitting there. And I've done a little bit of FBA. I did with books and some electronics and stuff like that. The book game is just really ridiculous. Trying to find the books that actually sell, and your stuff just sits there. And then they have storage fees now. So if your stuff, if you have over a cubic amount of space, then you pay this much in fees. And then if your stuff just sits there forever, then it eventually ends up costing you. You gotta be really careful about it and just get the good stuff. Just like we say for
you know it,
to send in
all
there.
your liquid stitches.
Yeah, but look for a link down below. I'll put it there if anybody does need something, because all those old hats, like with the glue-on patches and whatnot, it's best just to try to stick them back on with some glue like they had before. So
heck yeah.
It's
awesome.
not good. Like if you're just gonna put a patch on a hat, I wouldn't recommend trying to just put like a whole patch on a hat with it. But if you're just like trying to fix one up, it's coming off a little bit, then that stuff works great. But
freaking sweet.
The other thing I wanted to get to, so this episode is probably like 3 weeks from now, but we just had our raid train, so it's pretty fresh on our mind. I didn't want to talk about it before it got too old. How do you guys felt that the raid train went for y'all?
Well, I thought, Mike, I'm gonna step all over you here. I thought, for me personally, like I didn't list in golf this time. I went straight up, men's whatever I was in. I don't remember what I put it in. To try to see, and then I did not do, the 2 big giant racks of golf stuff. It was a good solid mix, I thought, except for I forgot the Clydesdale one and left that on the table. So sorry, Donnie. But it was a chance for me to get to a new crowd, and I thought it went pretty well. 45 hats, 45 minutes. I felt good with it.
Yeah.
45.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
How about you, Mikey? You had a bunch of heaters. Did you get the prices that you thought you would get?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them that went for a lot more than I thought. So that's always good. Yeah, it was fun. It was a little bit slower of a pace than I think I normally do. I did 10-second initial timer with a 5-second counter bid. So that kind of ate up the clock a little bit, I think, because I got through 57, I believe, in 45 minutes. And normally I can do like 2 a minute. So like on the raid trains, because like,
right.
That's kind of the whole point, is to pump out as much as you can. So I still had 20-ish hats or so on the rack that I didn't get to. I got to basically all of the best ones, but yeah, sweet. There were some that just like went for like over eBay comp, which is always good,
Yeah,
and,
you had some cool ones.
Yeah, I was probably the most surprised about the how well the Gators hats did, just because like they're not very good. Yeah, you know what I mean. They're having a shitty season. And they weren't like like crazy Gator grails, you know what I mean? They were just good Gator hats. And
there's like the Gators.
One of them went for 40 something, and so it was cool. I enjoy those always though. They're always fun.
Did you like the 45-minute set?
Yeah, I prefer just to have like a little bit more time than 30, because like 30 minutes is cool. Honestly, it just depends on how much stuff you have. You know what I mean? Like if I didn't have as much stuff as I did have, then I would have been cool with 30 minutes, because then I'd have been kind of, in and out. Yeah, and there, like, maybe I guess I probably would have got to like the rest of the stuff, but 30 minutes is pretty short. 45 is probably pretty good. an hour, I think, might be a little bit long.
Yeah.
You know, and like,
Yeah.
I don't know. The raid train brings in other viewers, I think, but on the flip side of that coin, like, I don't know how many people like really jump on the app at 4 p.m. and then get off the app at 11 p.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like, you know, or just like
on a
even,
weekday especially.
yeah.
Like
So
Friday. Friday is a better day.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I I didn't have enough. I didn't have enough good stuff either. I don't think as good as I usually have. So I had some. There were what?
I just thought about coming to you. I gotta admit, the last couple raid trains, so I was a little worried, right? I was like, I cannot have just like 6 people going into Steven's show. I can't have a voice. Guys, stay with me. And I kept looking up at the number and it stayed in the 40 to 50 range. I was like, just stay with me, guys. We're going to Hathouse next. Don't leave.
Yeah, I only went on 5 minutes early too, or 4, something like that. I didn't do the.
I saw
I
when you came on. I was like, all right,
15 minutes before the set, dude. That is like a murderous amount of time to go on before.
I
and just chat.
apologize.
You're just chatting at that point. Otherwise, you got to sell something. Otherwise,
Yeah.
people are gonna be like, "What are we doing here?"
Well, that's when I had the shop was loaded pretty much, and I was trying to put everything on sale, but I really didn't do that this time. Did sell some hat shapers though, which is always good.
There's
Which
a good few people asking for them.
yeah, but I didn't have. I had a lot. I didn't have many sports. I might have had like 10 sports hats of the 60 or so that I sold, and the the truckers do pretty good. I mean, they'll sell, and it just depends, like you said, on the crowd that you have. And if you have 3 or 4 people that really know the truckers and the good ones that I'm selling, then the price can drive up. But just like anything, if you only have like one or 2 people that know what you have, then it makes for a really tough selling price. But I wasn't disappointed. I hit about where I thought that I would overall. But
I like the limited time period because it's like you're in and out. The packing's easy. You've made a chunk that you weren't going to make if you hadn't done it. And I think it's. I'm not saying it's not work. I mean, we have to prep the show. We have to do the show. We have to ship the show. I mean, it is work, but in relation to my show I did last night, it's a lot less work, and it's just as fun as any other show that I do. But I like the quick hitters.
Yeah.
That's why I always liked your 60 and 60 because you're in, and you got to hard out. You're like, okay, guys, 60 minutes, man. We're closing the shop.
Yeah. And that's why I've kind of just, if they weren't doing the raid train, I probably would still do that. I don't have enough hats to do 60 and 60 in a month and then do a raid train too. I probably just don't have enough to do both those. If the raid train went away, I would go back to doing the 60 and 60. And just,
truth be told, you didn't have enough for the 45 minutes. But
Damn,
I
dude.
I went pretty fast.
No hate.
I did sell
rocking it out and ran out of hats.
We sold 65 in 45 minutes. I guess I was going.
I was getting ready to be like, "Hey, Steven, co-host me. I'll sell some of my hats."
Yeah, dude. Did you guys like watch? Really, I mean, other than like us 3, did you guys watch many of the?
I didn't get to get on for Friday. I mean, I bought some hats from Donnie. And then
Thursday was my day. Yeah, I was there on Thursday, but Friday I was too busy.
And I bought a few more hats earlier in the day. Those were really the only 2. I wasn't able to get on Friday.
Yeah. I did the support piece for collab, and instead of doing that at the end, I just did it in it was just the first thing that I ran. So that was
How do you think that went?
It went to $12. So like he got, and even I gave him the $12 and I just I know I didn't get $12 personally, but
Yeah.
you know, I just went into his show on Friday and tipped him the 12 for that. So I thought that was cool because
Yeah.
like
I think it probably
realistically,
would
when
have
you
went a
think
little
about
higher.
it, yeah, when you think about it, it could, instead of you giving, so say it's $10, right? Say that like that's the number I feel like that we all kind of are like, yeah, we usually just throw them $10, right? And so instead of that being real $10 to you, it's really just the price of whatever you paid for that. You know what I mean? And like I'm not counting the fees, so it is slightly more. But like if I paid $2 for the hat, then I really only personally gave out $2. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like how I thought about it. But
You cheap SOB.
yeah, well, I mean, that's like it's a good
I
way to
listen. I
still
I was gonna
do it.
say I like that you did it in the beginning. You maybe should have told everybody who Collab is that didn't know, and it might
Yeah,
have
did
gone
I
a
not
little higher.
explain that?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
Yeah. That's part of the time thing too, is you're just
Yeah.
freaking
People
trying to
might have
whip
thought
it
it was
all.
like
Yeah.
a Make-A-Wish thing or something.
Yeah.
You were there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Freaking dude.
Who's
I was like,
Collab? What's this
dude,
collaboration?
yeah. I was like, oh man. Yeah, and it's also like I was saying, there was the one guy, I don't remember his name, but 45 minutes can be a long time. Like if you're not kind of accustomed to being on here and selling, like maybe you
Yeah.
haven't done it in a while, or maybe it's like, you're kind of just starting up or whatever, and you get the invite to one of these things and you don't really know how it's going to go. It's not
Tell me
really
what you were.
something that you can't just end it.
Yeah.
You like literally have to wait the whole 45 minutes to go and
Tell
rate
me
in the.
what you were saying about the one.
So yeah, like and I just don't even know his name. So like, and
Well,
even if I
you don't
did, I
have to
wouldn't
say
say it.
names. Just say
But there was a guy, and I wasn't really like intently watching. It was kind of a background thing for me, and like while I was getting some stuff done, and he was just ripping hats, and uh like just the first like 15 minutes or something like that, he's like, we're gonna go in order, shit's loaded in the shop, and then he's like, halfway through we'll kind of reevaluate and then see if I can start taking requests or whatever. Well, like, dude, it's probably the first 10 or 15 hats. I don't, maybe one of them sold, or like very few, regardless. It was like zero or very few. And so
what
then
was
of
the
course,
timer on?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, it just not a lot sold. And so then he's like, okay, well, and remember, there's 45 minutes for everybody that wasn't there. It's 45 minutes. So
Yes.
this is the first like 10 or 15 minutes. And so he's like, all right, we'll start doing requests. We'll get the stuff that people want. Well, after the like 5 requests or whatever, and those 5 things sell for whatever in the world they sold for, he kind of just goes back to just doing it down the line or whatever. It's just not going good. And about 10 or 15 minutes, I think, so you're probably 30 minutes in before the next guy is going to go. He's just like, thanks Collab for having me. He's like, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to do this again.
He's not doing it again.
He's like, I didn't think that everything was going to sell for a super high price. He's like, but I kind of thought that everything was going to sell. He's like, I'm not running anything else. He's like, we're just going to kind of like hang out and just basically wait for the timer to go off.
Okay, so he didn't actually
I
close his show. He just
no, because you can't, but he just sat there and was just like,
you got to
sipping on his drink. And and I was like, dude, but I just felt super bad for him. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, bro, because this is like the most awkward thing in the world, because like you can't go anywhere. You know what I mean? You have to just, I mean, 12 or 15 or whatever. So there's like, if you think about it, there's like 15 people that are just watching you. And if you're in a room with 15 people in real life, and they're just like, you're kind of just like sitting there, and then they're just like kind of like staring at you, and you know what I
Like
mean?
that, like
He
that
was no
meme
Red
that
Willie.
guy with the stick, do something.
Yeah, do something.
Y'all may
Yeah.
not seen that meme,
Do
but
something.
it's funny. Do something.
Yeah, that's exactly. And I was just like, I was like, well, even if nobody buys them, just like you gotta. It's the whole if you touch it, run it thing. You know what I mean?
That's
And
why
Yeah,
he was
that's
probably
why I'm
praying
not
for
really a
Billy to go
proponent.
early.
I don't really like loading the show. I don't like. I have hats loaded that I would sell, but I don't. You're just kind of giving them. You're showing everything that you got, and if somebody doesn't see something that they want, then they leave. You got to leave a little bit of anticipation, I think, or let
Yeah.
people like setting up the rack in the back. Let people kind of search and look and see and kind of
That's why
decide if there's.
yeah, I agree. That's why I opened the show with, all right, I'm gonna get out of the way so you can see it.
Yeah.
That's everything right there. And then I kind of did a little pan so people could see that.
But if everything that you're going to do is loaded, then everybody just kind of drops off if they don't find something that they want, and there's no anticipation, and you don't really build that. And I think one of the best ways is to get people to ask for what they want to run. And it just the whole chat can start moving, and it makes things more exciting, and then maybe conversations can be had there and talking crap to everybody, and just makes for a more fun experience. And then that way you're not doing all the heavy lifting either. You're trying not to keep everybody entertained, which you will as much as you can, but you need the chat to be able to do that a little bit. But,
yeah, you got to have bangers if you're gonna preload, dude.
yeah.
Like, that's how I've always looked at it. I was like, if you're preloading, you got to have bangers. You can't, you can't preload just kind of like whatever.
Did you see how
I'm not saying
Preston Jason's out?
that there can't be some of that preloaded, you know what I mean? But like it can't be what people aren't willing to pay $3 for. It still has to be
Yeah,
um
Whatnot is wild. A brand new era snapback, that a modern one. Somebody may not even pay $3 for that.
yeah.
I mean, and it may be a $30 hat.
$2.
Yeah, I
on
mean,
eBay.
that's the whole game, dude. The whole game is like, what is a grail only matters by who's in there. Because
Yeah.
you could have the exact same item, whatever it is, whether it's hat, clothes, hard goods, anything, and you could have that same item 2 weeks in a row. And the first week it could be $1, and the second week it could be $100. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm being dead serious. Like it's just,
there is no rhyme or
are there
reason to it at
3
all.
or 4 people in there that all really want that thing? And
Right.
and then all of a sudden it's a grail item. You know what I mean? Like that's just how it is. The only time that you're gonna get away with virtually knowing the value of it at a general range that it's going to sell for is if everybody knows that it's a grail.
Yeah.
If you have something that everybody knows is like, shit, this thing's really expensive and it's hard to come by, then you can pretty much count on that thing selling for a general price basically every time that you run it,
Right.
And so yeah, it's just like that. It's just how the game goes,
Yeah.
It's
Like last
it's
night,
the wild world.
I had some guys, pretty much the medium guys were running the show last night. They were killing it. And but I was pulling the heat off the rack for them because there was a few of them that wanted to throw down. So I think like in the end of the medium run, kind of like the beginning of the second hour of the show, I think it was. I was like, look, if you give me 3 dubs in the chat, if I get 3 mediums in the chat, I'm gonna run a heater for you. So I got him, and I pulled a Grayson out for him.
Mm-hmm.
The Grayson, it had the mana rays all throughout AOP on it. I got a guy hit me up after the show. He's like, damn, I should have gone harder for that Grayson. He's waking up today thinking about he should have bid a little bit more.
Yep. Yeah, that's yeah, I don't know. It's just like, and that Whatnot such a wild game, dude. Like I did some golf stuff yesterday afternoon. There's like virtually nobody there. And
I was there.
yeah, and I was like, $5 for everything. I mean, it's just one of those. I'm like, there's so many people, dude, are starting. Like Rob's a great example. Starts them off at $10. You know what I mean? And like plenty of people buy them. And I'm like, I don't know if people are so accustomed to me doing $1 or 2 or 3 that it's like if I try to start it a little bit higher, then they're just not having it. But I'm like, so I went through a ton of stuff that didn't sell, a ton. And I'm just like, okay, I'm just so tired of doing this. And so I was like, from here on, I think I sold the first 15 things maybe at $5, at $5 starts, whether it went just for the 5 or a little bit more, but the first 15 things out of 100 items. And I was like, I'm so tired of like doing this whole put it back on the rack thing. It's just annoying me. And so I'm like, $1 for the rest of the show. And what's
He went through,
weird,
like 8 in a row. And then he
what's
put back
weird,
on it. And
yeah.
I was like looking at the
And I'm like, they weren't
stain
bad
on the
items.
face.
I'm like, because I'm
No,
just
they
like,
weren't.
they're like good, like Nike FootJoys, like all the good stuff. You know what I mean? And maybe this time of day, I don't know what it was, but then I'm like, whatever. I truly don't care about this stuff. So here's everything for $1. And then was there stuff that sold for $1? For sure. But all of a sudden, things are selling for like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just I'm like, but nobody would bid on it at 5,
It's the same thing like last night. I did the hats again, right? So I list my hats, my brand new with tag hats, all at $20. Starts $20. All right. I don't give a shit what you're asking for up there. I'm going to start it at $20. That seems to be the tipping point. Every show, without fail, I will tell everybody, okay, wait a minute, hold on. Let me discount it for you. And I'll put it to 18. Now, a bunch of them will sell for 18. But I'll get like maybe if I brought maybe a third of them. So 2/3 might go for 18. The other third is going to go for $25 to $30 when they could have bought it for 20.
Yeah. It's like the weird psychology of it,
Yeah.
It is.
People want
wild.
to think that they're getting a deal. And if I know it is crazy to think that you start something for $1 and it actually ends up going for more than if you would have started it for $5. Because nobody wants to bid the second time on $5, but if they got in for $1 at the beginning, then they're more invested in that item.
Yeah. Now it's personal. Hold on now.
Yeah.
You're not getting that shit.
You're
from
not
me.
getting that for one more $1.
That does become that. I don't agree. Everybody wants to get something for a deal. I'm no different. I want a deal. Mike ran something for $1. I bought the damn thing.
But and then you feel like once you get to a couple of items in, hey, I got this for $1. I can spend $8 or $9 on this thing. Not a big deal.
Well, you know what's in my brain is I got to eat up that shipping. I got to eat up the shipping to make the unit price lower.
Yeah, that's the I don't know. It's just like the psychology of it is just like super strange for something not to sell for 5, and then you can run it again for 1, and it'll sell for like 7. You're like,
but
what?
The uniqueness of being on the app is like if we were doing our auctions, let's call it what it is. We're doing an auction at an auction house. We've pretty much got a static group of people there. You know what I mean? You're not going to get the ebb and flow that we get on the app. So a lot of times you're rotating your stock of buyers. And it's, I may show a shirt 3 times, and the 4th time I show it is because somebody new's come in the room and they're excited about it.
Yeah. Which is like one of probably my biggest downfall about doing Whatnot is like whatever goes on a rack, whether it's a hat or a shirt, that I've already said this, I'm putting it in the show. It's going in that show. You know what I mean? Whether it goes as a singular item or at the very end, it goes on a 10-piece bundle that 10 things that nobody's bought. You know what I mean? Instead of being regardless, because it's like it happened yesterday. what I could have done is I had 100 things. I could have went down the line of 100 things, and everything that sold for $5 or whatever it sold for, then those are the ones that get shipped, and then I end the show, and then I have whatever else I still have, and then that just gets added to the next show, which is how it should be. But me, I'm like, nope. I'm like, it's in this show. It's in this show. Too bad. So I'm like, now everything's $1. You know what I mean?
I
And then I'll
can't do
rip
that.
them down.
I have some particulars on the rack that I won't do that with. Like if there's a Grayson or a Roback sitting up on my rack, that's not going to get just thrown out there to go away.
Yeah.
I mean, you've seen I rotate the rack.
Yeah. Yeah, but
maybe you need a
it's way
backup
smarter
rack.
to do it that way.
Yeah, maybe you need a backup rack, and you just have a banger rack that you don't just auction off for $1. Like if it doesn't sell, then you just put it there and add it to the next show.
Yeah, which that's what I should do, but I just don't. I mean, look, I was saying,
No, to
I
his
should
own,
do that,
to his
I just
own.
don't.
But no fault, Mikey. No fault at
Do-
all. You do you, bro.
You also said that you were in a different category. Do you think that was a big deal?
I definitely.
Yeah,
think
but
that's a
I
good
didn't know that I was in. I didn't know that I was in a different category.
I
but
honestly
remembered
think
us
it was
talking about it.
subconscious that I told you that dude was getting $25 a shirt on his first show, and he was in sports apparel, and I was like, I'm definitely going to try this, and I haven't. I'll try it when I get back, but
Do you think him being new, he got the call from Whatnot and they set him up and you think he was one of those?
No,
new
he
people?
didn't have a whole lot of followers. I'll be damned if I can remember his name. I know I texted it.
Yeah, you did text it. And I went in there, dude, and it was like he had like 9 sold things and not new with tags. Like
That's what I told my wife. I said he made more in selling 12 pieces than I did in the whole show.
that's what I'm saying, dude. He had Peter Millar's, and I'm like, dude, I could get like 30 of those in a day if I wanted to. And he started them out at $25, and people bought them. I was like, bro, that's literally insane. I was like, which is cool. Like, dude, that way more power to that guy. That guy, that's sick.
Oh no, God bless him.
Yeah, but I'm just like sitting here like, oh my God, dude, I cannot believe that he started them out at 25 and they sold. And it wasn't just one. When I went in there, which was, I don't know how long into a show or how long he went after that, he had 9 sold items. And one of them was a 2-piece bundle that he didn't even discount it. He just did 2 shirts for $50. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I was like, holy shit.
He's on in 2 days at 10 p.m.
What's his name?
It's on the text I sent you.
Well, just say it. We're not saying anything bad about him.
No, Dirty Bird Golf.
Dirty Bird Golf. Yeah, I was just like, that guy is absolute
He's got nothing
legend,
loaded
dude.
right now. Yeah,
but I was like, that's like some legendary
I'm
shit.
the first bookmark on his show. I'm coming to see. He's got 36 followers.
Yeah, y'all are going to have to check out.
He sold 22 items at $25. That was his first show. Kudos to him.
Bro, that's like the greatest show ever, dude. You know what I mean?
28. I'm 28 people away from 9,000. I can't do that.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I have a feeling it's like a Whatnot first show thing, and maybe he's that Whatnot.
So you don't think I should go over to sports apparel and try and run shit for $25?
Yeah, yes, I think you should, because we definitely need an A and B comparison group.
I think my followers will come in there to see my show and be like, "What the fuck are you doing?
You can't sell that for $25. This is a $10
what happened
shirt.
to the $10 show? I want to go back to that, coach.
Coach, don't you know this is a $10 shirt?
Yeah, hey, this is a sports apparel coach, not golf category coach.
Yeah, the prices are higher over here.
Yeah,
literally, that's all he has golf shirts too. He had no.
Yeah, that absolutely blew my mind, dude. I was like, that's incredible.
I got to see what he's got set
so
up
good
this time. Hold on.
Or maybe he had all his friends and family in there, just kind of hyping him up, and
yeah, maybe it was just like him buying his own stuff.
Possibly too.
Genius. Absolute genius, as a matter of fact.
That dude is a stud.
Yeah.
And now
I will say,
Now everybody's talking about him, and he's getting good word of mouth.
He's
Yeah.
selling men's golf shorts on Monday.
Nice.
$20 a piece, probably.
No
Nice.
idea, but he's got
can sell
Travis,
Nike golf shorts for-
Footjoy, Johnny O, Peter Millar, and more.
Listen, dude, like, yeah, that's if he can do it, dude, I don't know how, but I like it. I'm just saying, I don't know how, but I like it. Amanda has her like
I'm already
second, I
bookmarked.
guess, whatnot show tomorrow, which this is not live, but yeah, she has it tomorrow. She's doing like ladies activewear stuff like Lulu and Aloe and all that other stuff. So
Yeah, I told my buddy.
I told her, I was like,
Get
I
there.
think she's starting everything off at $6 or something like that. Yeah, I told her, I was like, whatever you do, just don't quit. You know?
Yeah,
I
don't
was
panic.
like, I was like, even if nothing sells, even if nobody's there, I'm like, just freaking
What time's she doing it?
pretend
1
like they
o'clock,
are. Yeah, 1 Eastern, yeah. So,
right?
because like, dude, the women and Rob, did you notice how many women were buying in the golf thing that I did yesterday? Like, like this girl Chelsea, who I've never seen before. I mean, there was like
You've
4 or
seen
5.
Chelsea before. She's a seller on here. She's been in my shows 100 times.
What, Chelsea's Closet?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I didn't recognize her.
Maybe you didn't
But-
go to her shows, but she's a regular seller in golf. Well,
Huh.
in everything really. She sells all kinds of shit.
Yeah, well, she's a freaking beast. She bought a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
That's like the most
when I
girls
saw
I
her
think
come
I've
in, I
ever
was like,
had.
Chelsea, you could clean up.
Heck yeah, she did.
Yeah. So that's
Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's almost to 1,000
Yeah.
1,000 souls.
yeah. This is
Steven, what's
this is her.
heck yeah, that's fresh.
I would never
Yeah.
click on that.
Yeah, me neither. I'm like, oh, that's probably why I don't know who she is.
Yeah,
'cause
but
I was like, dude,
this is the one I clicked on.
oh, the all men show. Now, all
Yeah.
right, here. Let me
Golf.
ask you something. Let me ask
She
you
has
something. Now,
she's the one I told you I got the bundle from.
okay. I don't know what you're
These
talking about,
fellas
but I don't know what you're talking about, but let me ask you something. Do you think, and here, I'm going to give you a little bit of context, right? My buddy that lives out here that we go to the flea together, stuff like that, he sells on whatnot. He has a YouTube channel, so on and so forth. He's been selling women's Y2K stuff, right? Like shirts and jackets and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
This guy, dude, is pulling like 80 to 100 viewers on like on these shows. And I'm like, and then when I go to all the other ones, they're like not that many people. You know, I'm not saying that there's not nobody's getting that. I'm just saying that there's not like that many people in these other shows. There's like 30 or 40 or whatever. Do you think that men selling women's stuff is better? Like, do you think women like that more than women like women selling women's stuff? Does that
Women
make
are
sense?
quite catty to each other, but I think it all depends on the seller. Because my buddy that you see in the show, the mod Warmick wins.
Yeah.
He started out. This is how I met him. He started out selling in the men's category, and he had a lot of golf stuff, a lot of men's golf stuff, and he had women's stuff as well, the Lulu and stuff like that. And he slowly ended up having to go, and I had to drag his ass over. And I said, look, dude, you're getting a lot more sales and a lot more female viewers here. You need to go into the women's category. And I mean, since he is skyrocketed. He's got all kinds of Lulu, the Aloe, all that great stuff. And he literally rocks out like 60 to 80 people throughout his shows. He does probably 150 on the bookmarks. And he wasn't doing that doing men's. So he's found a spot over in women's as well. And I think it depends on the seller, and just like anything, depends on the show. They like coming back to an entertaining show.
And
But yes, I
women
will
do
say
the
women
most
don't like
shopping.
women. Women
Like
don't like
just in
women.
general. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like, women. I'm not saying that this is not every woman, but they do kind of beef with each other a lot or whatever, you know? They
There's a
like,
young lady on there that has her wings that holds like 100 and something people in every one of her shows, and she's on like every day, 2 to 3 times a day.
yeah,
She's
which
just
I'm like,
crushing it.
I find that so interesting, dude. I'm like,
So I think it depends more on the person, the seller.
What if you and Amanda traded? What if she did the golf shirts and you did the Lululemons?
yeah, well, because like that's also what I'm thinking. I'm like, okay, so if we'll just say that this is a fact, it's not, but we'll say that it is, that women like buying from male sellers, right? We'll just say that that's just what it is. Then, if that was going to be true, is the opposite also true? Do men like buying from
Yes.
women sellers?
Yes, I have watched, and I'm not to be rude about your looks, sir, but I have watched pretty women outsell me with the same freaking golf polos and in record numbers. I mean, girls can sell shit to guys because they just want to. It's like the cart girl at the golf course.
I was going to say cart girls are there for a
Everybody
reason.
wants to get with the cart girl at the golf course, knowing they can, but boys will spend an enormous amount of money just flirting with a girl on screen. So even though you're a handsome lad, if you put Amanda on to sell the boys' golf shirts, your numbers would double.
What's the plan?
Thing is, I just have to get her comfortable doing it.
Let her do her own shows for a bit. I
Yeah.
saw I was at the first one, so
She knows the category well. She helps you pick the stuff. She knows exactly what she's looking at, exactly what she has.
yeah. But what Mikey's talking about is if you weren't at her first show, Steven, she's not ready for being in front of the camera.
No. Well,
She's just shy. Like she's
very
shy.
She hasn't broken through and become accustomed to it.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's why I'm like, well, that's why I try to get her to do that. I try to get her to do the women's activewear stuff just on my account. You know, I was like, dude, just do post it on my account. There's already like a built-in, not a following of that, but there's just kind of like a built-in semi-safety net of just people that'll at least just pop in to be like, what in the world's going on? You know?
Yeah.
There is a art to talking to nobody. I mean, so sometimes you're just sitting there talking to nobody and you have to. And that's when I usually shut it off, when I realize I am talking to nobody, because I ain't going to do that.
Yeah.
That's why I always
feel
tell people,
yeah,
don't worry about buying anything, man. At least just come through and chat. Keep the chat live.
yeah.
We did.
If you
Steven,
get 5 or 6 people that'll do that, if you get 5 or 6 people that'll keep your chat alive, people will buy.
Yep.
Yeah, because it's fun it's much more fun for you as a seller too. But Steven, we got like a little mini tip train going in Rob's show yesterday, dude. I'm telling you right now, it was so funny because you know how Rob does the tip gun and he shoots all the dollar bills. Well, he don't just have like a whole bunch of stacks of dollar bills laying around. He might have like one or two. He had one extra one. So every time he blasts the gun off, he's got to pick all the shit up to load it back in the thing. And so I normally will go in there and drop him like a 5 spot or something. But I'm like, this shit's way more funny to go in there and drop him $1 5 times, because then he has to shit off the thing. And I'm like, I wrote in the chat, I'm like, hey, if we can get a couple people to like just give him $1, it's just hilarious to see him, and he's stepping all over them, dude, and they're all slick and slippery and shit. So we had like,
that's why I picked him up, because I don't like stepping on him.
Yeah,
look, I have a whole stack of them.
Dude, it was like me and 3 other guys in there that were like, that I think he probably made like an extra $16, $17 maybe off of just us tipping him. It was so funny.
You got to get that real fake money though. They make those the
What?
you
And get rid of Coach's $100 bill copy?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, that'd be so fun. You should take that to Goodwill next time and try to pay for something.
I guess it
That'd be a
depends
good
on who you got
video.
working the register.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
Okay.
All right.
yeah.
The
So
last
good.
thing I did want to ask you, you said your eBay sales were pretty bad last time that we talked. Do you think that they've gotten better
No,
this
we had
past
a bad
week?
week. We had a bad
Oh,
week, not just with sales in general. We had a bad week with returns, dude.
yeah.
Oof.
And on furthermore, we've had a bad week of mean returns, like people just being nasty, you know? And I just
That's
told him, and
rude.
I said, hey, I said that's the ebb, that's the rains it pours type of thing. I mean, I think I'm not lying. I think we had 5 returns this week. Usually we don't have. Usually we have 2 returns a month. And I
Yeah.
think we had, and all
Um,
5, without fail, all 5 were just rude, super rude. You know,
that's rude.
they're typing in all caps. You know, they want their money back right this second. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, you guys don't have to be mean. Just be like, hey, I don't like this thing, and then just ship it
Don't be
back. No
mean to me.
problem. You know.
Yeah. It does. The returns have been pretty bad. I think part of it, I mean, with the economy and the end of the month, I don't think the economy is that great right now, honestly. I I
No,
don't
it's not.
I don't think
I
it
don't know
is.
who tells you it is. It's not.
Some people say that it's doing great and it's never been better, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's I don't think it's all that awesome right now.
I got it.
I don't think it's all that awesome.
Well, I think if it's not awesome, I think it's China's fault, dude.
Maybe, probably. They don't even listen to us.
China.
Maybe if they would listen. But anyways, I find that and the end of the month is usually the worst for the returns. Like the last week of the month is what we're in. People are running out of money and they wonder, why did I buy this thing? And then they send it back and typically those are the people that are the rudest as well. The people that have to send back stuff at the end of the month to get their money back because
Yeah, they
they
feel like if they yell at you, you'll
yeah.
make them go away. They just give me my money so I go away.
And mine's been pretty bad too. It's the worst has been the some of the earbuds. Like I said, I used to average like 1 point. If you look up your return average and just make sure you're keeping it in there for like the monthly. Mine when I just did clothes and hats was around 1.5% to 1.7% returns, total returns. You might look and see what yours is, but I the earbuds is more. It doesn't matter. Like this week, I gave this guy his money back a couple weeks ago, and then he realizes this week, oh, I'm sorry, I really wasn't my fault. I got a new phone and I didn't know how to connect them, and I I getting a lot of that type of stuff. I think, and electronics and the technology part is just so annoying because
Jeez.
I know that I test every single one that goes out of here, and I know that it will play music. The only thing I can see that I don't know is like if the battery isn't that great. I didn't listen to it for 3 hours. No, I didn't. I mean, so if I miss a battery not staying charged, I can get that. But everything else that leaves here, I've connected and listened to, and so. And but the what I'm saying is the return rate on those is almost twice as much. You're almost at like 2 to 3% on returns on the electronic stuff. And and I think also I have a conspiracy theory for you. I think once you enter a new category, I think there are a class of people that prey on that category. And when you first start a category, like when I first started selling hats, the returns were terrible. And they were the same type of thing. They were like people would get the hat and they would say, oh, this little thing was wrong, that little thing was wrong. I want all my money back. And so I think they prey on people that are like new to the category selling. And that's happened in earbuds as well. Like I've just got this new class of people that prey on people that are new to selling that type of stuff and they try to get free stuff. And so it kind of chilled out for hats. I went through a lot of jerk sellers or jerk buyers, and I don't really get them as much anymore. But I kind of think that when you enter a new category, you kind of get that that category's jerks.
Yeah, well, they're also called jerk offs. You know what I mean? Not
Yeah.
what. Hey, Rob, not to be
What do you
confused
mean?
what you do on a Tuesday night. These people
Hey,
are just mean people.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, and that's like what I say too, is complain about it in your own time, with your friends or whatever. Don't actually let it affect, whatever you're doing, because, you don't remember the thousands of transactions that you'll end up doing that are totally fine,
Yeah.
and it's just the name of the game. People are assholes, at a certain point. Once you get enough feedback and stuff like that, you can be a little bit more F
assertive.
off type. But in the beginning, you kind of just got, like, it just is what it is,
Yeah. And like I'm saying, we're talking 1 to 2%.
Yes.
I mean, you're talking, that's the percentage that you're dealing with on
Yes.
returns. And of those 1 to 2%, the amount that are usually like total jerks is even less than that. So you're
Yeah.
like 0.2% or
Yeah.
something.
Do you guys remember? I don't remember if it was I think it was our live pod that I did the painting bolo.
Yeah.
Well, they got it and everything's fine. So
Okay.
how I packed it and shipped it was appropriate, which is nice.
very nice.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Good to hear.
Is it time?
If you're playing anything, I can't hear it.
Moto Raiders, it's bolo time. Drop your favorite cash find. Raiders keep you.
Here, let me turn it up for you.
informed. Raiders bolos can't be
I
ignored.
literally
Bolo finds, bolo prize. Raiders find a bolo prize. Bolo finds, bolo prize. Raiders find a bolo prize.
Okay. We got Rob first. He's already added the stage here. See what
Boom,
you
there
got.
we are.
Oh, wow.
Real tree eyeglass frames. Look at this sick amount of money going out on eyeglasses. See them? There we go. $40 to $80 dependent on the frame style. These are all new with tags, so I don't really know what the used market is for them, but I thought this was really interesting for eyeglasses.
You ever sold glasses, Mike? I never have. You ever pick up Oakleys or anything like that?
I mean, I would. I just have never found any.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I'm
I know
gonna
it's
check
very
those out too.
unfortunate.
Next, we got the old, and I know people hear this all over the golf channel, the BQ, beryllium copper. Fun fact here: if you lick them, you will die. So don't do that.
Really?
Yeah, it's beryllium copper. If you lick these enough, you will get sick. Yes.
Yeah, dude, if you freaking deep throat your 4-iron, dude, you might die.
Just saying. I'm just putting all the information out there, guys. I
Oh.
just want everybody to know. As you can see, individual clubs are, $50 to $90, depending on what they are. The your individual irons or your wedges are a lot more. Your 1-iron, the driving iron, is insanely priced at $90. The lob wedge, I have no idea why that's a $200 sale, but somebody needed it probably to finish off their set. And as you can see, a whole set of them at the top is $400. Now, I will say that not all beryllium coppers have to be Ping. Ping is just famous for them. But there are a lot more makers that made beryllium copper irons, and they are of like value. So
I didn't know
anytime
that.
you see
I'd
a
only seen the
BQ,
pink ones.
yeah, no, there's other groups that make them. So anytime you see the BQs, I'll pull some up while we continue. But
Are any of them
anytime
lickable?
no, none of them are lickable. None of them
Wow.
are lickable.
If they're
All
not
right, here's
lickable,
all
then
right. Look, check this out. Here's a Ben Hogan, or where am I at? Ben Hogan beryllium copper sand iron, and then here's a set of Dunlops.
Dunlop.
So-
Oh,
Rob,
man.
how do you know that it's that kind of copper versus like another kind? Like, does it say it anywhere on there, or
yeah, it has a BQ on it, BECU on it somewhere on it.
okay?
Depending
But they're
on
all
what
kind of
it
like the
is.
copper color, right?
But they're all copper color. Yeah,
Yeah.
none of them will be, or they'll be like the Hogans are a lighter copper color. Where is it? Right there. But in person, that's probably more copperish than it looks like right there.
And do
But
they
all have
do they make non BQ copper?
not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay, so just basically, if you see an old club that has a copper head, it's probably the BQ copper.
Yeah, because anything else is going to be anything else like that looks coppery, like this, is going to be brass.
Okay. So I guess that's the thing is that you could find brass and mistake it for copper.
Yeah, but it'd be hard to do.
I don't even know
Like,
how the heck to even tell the difference between brass and
Like,
copper.
check
I'm
this
being
out.
frank
This
with
is
you.
a Titleist, and right here in the corner, you can see
Oh, it
it.
says BQ. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this says Titleist BQ.
You just hear.
Wonder how much this is worth.
Dude,
Wow,
that's
shit.
incredible.
I didn't even know I had this. Triple
that's really-
grind soul.
Well, that's awesome. Steven, what do you got?
You want me to go first?
Yeah, can you go before me?
Yeah. Let's see here. I was going to show
What we got?
first. I do have an earbud this week.
Bam.
These do not, when you're feeling them, they probably don't feel like as good a quality, but for some reason, the Marshall earbuds still sell really well for really good price, between $80 to $100 on Marshall. Everybody knows Marshall from that makes guitars and amps.
Amps, yeah.
Amps mostly, but their earbuds sell really well too. I think it's mostly just for the name. I really didn't notice any. Their quality is not that much better than anything else, but keep an eye out for those because they will sell if you see a Marshall earbud. And the other thing that I wanted to talk about was the huge difference in Logo Athletic. We've talked about this before and how much of a different swing that you can have in the sales price of these things.
Gotcha.
Like this is a Saints D cut for $350, and this is a Denver Broncos shark tooth hat. Now, there's a huge difference between a regular shark tooth and this is called a double shark when the colors are different on the shark tooth. If they'll go for more money, and this is a double shark Olympics right here, and then this Yankee is a D cut, and it went for $400. Now, not every D cut is that much, and it really depends on. Let me see here. Wow.
$1,000 Lakers splash.
Yeah, the Lakers splash went for $1,000, and it's even got the white dome. And you'll notice a difference between the white dome and the black dome. Black dome typically sells for more than the white dome, but this was an outlier because it was Lakers splash, hard to find.
Which is crazy because the Lakers have been so popular forever.
Yeah.
You know, you would think it'd be like the Cowboys.
Yeah, and then you get to the Cowboys, and this D cut is only $80. When you find a bunch of other D cuts from different teams, can be $200, $300, $400. Then you get a Cowboys that I guess they just made so many of them, and it's only $80. Eagle stuff typically does pretty good. This condition also always matters a lot too when you're talking between dead stock or just is going to need some work. There's a lot of difference in the price there as well. But I just wanted to show these. See, like this this Colts was huge back then too. Peyton Manning, they made a bunch of Colts hats during this kind of time period, and actually might have been before Peyton Manning. But anyways, only $85 on this one, and this Colts was only $100. But you get different teams. Just
Look
make
at
sure
the
you look.
Raiders double shark.
Yeah,
Great.
That's
Nice.
disgusting. $1,600.
I
yeah.
just threw up.
Crazy. So whenever you get one, and just make sure you look it up. And if you can't find solds on that stuff, it's best to ask somebody, or I would go onto Instagram. I mean, you can ask me. I'm not the biggest expert on it, but I would ask around. If you get a grail like this and you can't find it anywhere on eBay, I mean, you may have something that just cannot be found. It might be $1,000 hat, but I would definitely ask around if you get this good stuff in this logo athletic. Don't just throw it up on eBay for $100 or something like that, because you might have a really good one.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them you just can't find. I mean, you can't find an OU shark tooth. Just doesn't happen. The last time I saw one on eBay, it was $500. I don't know if it ever sold for that, but you can't
But
find it.
they did make them.
Yeah, they are out there.
I wonder
can't-
if there's teams or schools that they didn't make. I mean, as long as obviously they were around, you know.
Yeah, I don't think they made all of them. Yeah, I think there's just some that you may never find.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's yeah, you find a OU big logo. You know.
yeah. See, like this
Dallas,
Browns splash, it's only $100, but some splashes like the Lakers was 1,000. This black dome.
That really looks like somebody wiped.
Would they wipe some baby food?
Yeah. Right out the ass. Oh, gross.
All
Definitely
right.
Not the breast colors. Oh yeah, I was supposed to go.
Let me.
see it.
I gotta find out where I'm at here.
Here, honestly, instead of doing comps, because I just don't have any, I'm gonna show you guys three things that I picked up from yesterday and today. Even though you can't see it, but there's a big pile right here and right here of all stuff that I picked up from the flea market the last 2 days. But I'll just show you a couple things that have really high click-through rates. This is a Leatherman little multi-tool. This one is called the Leatherman Sidekick. Sell-through on it is incredible. And it should go for around $40 or so. I paid $3 for it. So
you
it's in
actually
pretty good
have
shape.
that's one that's actually tagged as Leatherman, yes.
Yeah, right here.
Okay. Because there's tons of knockoffs.
Yeah, the quality
Yeah,
is
and
just
then
so much better on the good ones
Yeah.
than those
So
cheap China stuff. Gotta say, China.
you know, there's a little bit of like tiny bit of kind of like friggin' surface rust on it, but it'll still do well, and it came with the case. So it should go for about $40-ish. Like I said, I paid $3 for it, and that is a good one. This next one is
Well, if you're running in sports apparel, maybe somebody.
I'm not even joking when I say this, boys. I've really been on my blanket game right now. I found this one. I got this for $1 yesterday on Saturday. Ralph Lauren, 100% wool blanket.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
It's pretty big. It's 66 by 90. So the bigger the blankets, this one is plain. So it's just kind of like this plain, like cream color. And so it's a little less valuable than the ones that have obviously the cool designs or whatever, but it's super big. And so a lot of the smaller ones,
$100.
well, a lot of the smaller ones sell for $100. This one being so big, it should go for a little bit more of a premium, even though it doesn't have the design. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's in like really good shape too. I opened it up. There's only one spot that I saw on it when I opened it up, and it's like the size of a dime. So, these ones obviously wool you're not washing. So,
Right.
you're just selling it. Whatever it has on it, that's how you're selling it. This is how I found it though. I found it and it was just this little tag that was on the outside and it's paper. And I was like, And I was like, that's pretty interesting. And then when I opened it up, I found the Ralph Lauren. And so I was like, I automatically knew that it was going to be worth whatever I was going to pay for it. So there's that one.
Fun,
And
fun fact about blankets while you're on that, a couple of the YouTubers that I've been watching are very deeply into the crochet ones. They pretty much grab every single one that they can find and have great success reselling them. So keep your eye out for crocheted ones as well.
If you guys that are listening are bored one day, go and watch some of the videos on how to identify the age of those crochet blankets and or quilts, and try to figure out like the quality, whether they're hand stitched or machine stitched and so on and so forth. And there's certain patterns as well that are more desirable than others, because some of those can go for like insane amounts of money. The Robin Hood of Goodwill guy that I've talked about on here a lot, he has the best YouTube channel ever. He found a post Civil War era one that is valued at a couple $1,000. And then this is the last one. I actually will pull this one up real quick, just because I showed the boys before we started. But this thing's just such a crazy, like this thing's such an insane find. This is a 1984 Nintendo Game & Watch, Mickey Mouse Nintendo Game & Watch. This little thing pops up. Mine's destroyed, as you can see. It's broken right here and right here. And then it's missing the little back part right there. So it's obviously not in great shape. But when I see stuff like this, I'm like, that's kind of interesting. This is actually kind of what caught my eye, is that this plate right here is metal. And I was like, that thing just freaking looks cool. So I looked it up, and these are the listings for them. Not these two right here, but these are the listings for them. If you were to find them complete in box, in really good condition, working, so on and so forth, those are the listings. When you actually hit the solds,
I don't remember that thing from my youth.
either.
I'd never seen that thing.
Yeah. So when you actually hit the solds, you get like ones that are in bad shape that go for 200, and then some ones that are in good shape that are in the fives, and then so on and so forth. So just, and I mean, there's a bunch of different ones too, as you can see. So that was a cool find. I don't even know what I'll get for this one. It's pretty wrecked. So I'm not really too worried about it. I bought it for $1. So
I still think $200 or $300 at least.
yeah, I mean,
at least for the parts.
So, yeah, just for the parts. So that was another $1 find on Saturday yesterday. So just cool stuff, dude. Like if you kind of take your time, I think I've said this before at my specific flea market that I go to, my hometown one. I usually do a really quick pick in the morning, and I go around and just gather all the things that I don't have to look up, just all the stuff that I already know about, and just fill my bag up. And then after an hour or two of doing that, then I go back around and I'm just super slow. I'm just digging to the bottom of bins and just being really slow and just random stuff that catches your eye.
Right.
Like I'll take the time to look it up, because that you've already got all the stuff off the surface that is valuable. So it's worth taking your time for sure.
Yeah.
So
for sure. All right. Let's draw the winner.
Oh.
All right. Then I got to do a reseller reach out. First time ever.
Reseller reach out.
You need
What
to
is
do that first?
I can do it right now if you want.
Yeah.
I'm reaching out to the squad and all of our watchers. I need help with something. Check this out. This putter I have had, and I have no idea what it is.
It says Benjamin David on it?
Yep. And it's quilted. It's quilted. Look at that. With BDs on it. All I can find is that this guy is a custom designer. So here's the putter. And it says Benjamin David right here on the hosel. And you can look at the millwork on this thing.
That's wild. It's wild you can't find it.
I know. Look, check it out. It's called a Flintlock HTG001. That's why I think it's a custom maker.
You can't find them on Instagram or anywhere, huh?
Nope. So anybody can help me with that, I'd appreciate it. Drop me a line at Coach Porch. Benjamin David. Just drop me a line at Coach Porch on IG or on this video, but I'd prefer IG. And I would appreciate all your help. Mike is going to try and find it right now.
I'm gonna guess you won't. I'm sure you've went through all the Googles.
Yeah. Google the hell
But
out
did you go through Chat GPT?
I did not do Chat GPT.
Chat GPT pulled it up immediately.
Who is it?
Benjamin David is a boutique / small batch maker. Sale volume is low, and the market liquidity is thin. There's some used listings on like super obscure websites, for anywhere from $200 to $300.
All right, so you got me where I have already been. Thanks, AI. That's the same thing Google said a year ago. He is a boutique maker. I just don't know the value of that putter, or really much of his history, who he is.
Here's one. Looks like very identical to yours. Look.
Yes.
This is on golfforms.golfwrx.com. I'll send it to you.
Golfworks. Okay. Yeah, send that to me, please.
This is from 2019. This says that this guy has one at his local pro shop. Okay, wait. Oh, this guy has it listed for $200
for 6 years.
Well, it could have been sold, and we don't know.
Well, that was in 2019. This article or this form is from 2019.
Hey, look at my next givey.
Yeah. Is that what you're giving away, Port Coach?
That looks like a way better putter though than just a $200 putter.
I'll be honest with you. The quality of the putter when you hold it in your hand is just
whose turn is it for the giveaway? Anyways, I don't think we even know that.
I have no idea who knows that.
I'll give something away.
Okay.
We'll have to regroup when I get back and start over, I think.
Yeah, Deb did reach out to me. She was on the live last week. So
Deb?
All right. Let's see who's going to be this week's winner.
I predict Deb.
I predict Deb again too.
I think it's going to be Donnie. I think it's going to be Donnie.
That was my second choice.
Donnie,
No,
Darren.
it's Darren again.
Dude, I'm telling you guys, somebody else has to be a subscriber to get some competition up in here. I'm telling you right now.
It's $1.99. You're gonna
$1.99. You're about to get at least
right now.
I'm sure I'm gonna give you a $30 item at least.
You got two things coming from Fired Up, right? For the two emergency pods.
From Rob. Rob and
one
me.
One from Rob, one from Fired Up.
Yeah, I think it was the other canned show. Darren won my Ravens hat when they.
Yep. He just doesn't know it yet, or maybe he does know it. I don't know what order I even released these in. Until next time, guys, we appreciate everybody hanging out. We'll talk more eBay to whatnot. We'll see ya.
See you.